What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we are diving into McFly's Radioactive album as a continuation of our discography dive. So before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and come check out Patreon, because all of these album videos I've been doing, I'm also doing full uncut album listening parties, which is the full video of this uncut, no music taken out, nothing. It's like the behind the scenes thing. So if you're interested in seeing the full video, which I know a lot of people are interested in, I have a link in the description and you can get access to that video as well as all of the other album reactions I've done, not only for McFly, but for many artists. With all those things out of the way, I'm excited to dive into this record. A lot of people have been saying this one's going to be my favorite. I always love when y'all know me so well, so I appreciate that. So we're going to dive right into this thing. I know there's going to be a lot of the songs on here that I do know, I think, just from a lot of the things that we've seen. However, we're jamming all of it. So this is Lies. Oh, you can hear those guitar slides. Woo! Guitar's heavy. Oh yeah. I guess I'm disturbed, but you got to go. You're living in a fantasy. Don't even know reality. When you start talking, I stop walking. Lies. Like, you can already tell the songwriting is just like top notch at this moment right here. Picking up the phone, better say your prayers, 'cause you're never gonna make it home. Fuck yeah, Danny, let's go. Oh, I love that chord progression. It's actually got, like, for any of my fellow ska enjoyers out there, I think there's a few of us. This has such a ska vibe right here. What do you say? I'm one more drink away from Wonderland like it was yesterday. And I'm just one drink away. Oh yeah. All those fucking vocal ad-libs and melodies right there. Okay. And then to end it off with a bass riff like that, which, like, I'm such a fucking fan of. Hell yeah. Into it so much. I don't really know what else I need to say that I haven't already said here, because I feel like their songwriting is just like top notch at this time. You can just hear in the composition of the song that it was literally made to be one of your favorite songs ever. I love the chord progression so much. I love the melody of this song so much. I think that that whole, like, build up with Lies and then using it, hitting that crazy note and hit a little vibrato in there, like, that's such a perfect building block. I feel like, I don't know why, because it's not the same at all, but, like, I think of that Jimmy Eat World song Pain. I don't know why. It's like, I'm sure there's absolutely no reason why this song reminds me of that song, but I feel like in my head, it's got to be something to do with, it's either the guitar riff that reminds me of it, or there is a feeling that that song has, like, it's got a very, like, it's got this, like, dark tone to it. If you've listened to the song, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This song has a very similar feel to it. I think that's what it is. All right, this is One for the Radio. It's got such a Green Day vibe. Oh. Oh, that bounce is so cool. Dude, those guitar riffs, I love how much power is in those. Like, it's definitely got that punk rock vibe to it. Like, it's not giving me that metal vibe, but it's much more of that, like, alt rock and pop punk feel. So sick. Oh yeah. Like, that's gonna go nuts, you know? That's the thing, though. Their music makes you want to stage dive, right? Even if stage diving is just destroying your own YouTube studio. I feel like it's very important that when bands have that kind of energy, you fucking match it.
Here's another song for the radio. And here's another love from the heart. So don't pretend you hate us and the same.
Wait, is that song just the idea being that, like, don't judge us based on our appearance, judge us based on the music or the feeling that we're able to give you? I feel like that's at least the message I'm getting off that. And I really love that, because I do feel like alternative music as a whole, I know there's always been popularity in it, but I feel like to the mainstream up until the last maybe 10 years, like, you didn't see, like, seeing like heavily tattooed artists or seeing like, you know, skateboarder looking kids and stuff like that, seeing that kind of stuff, people would have their own like idea of either I don't want to listen to that type of music, or I don't like that type of music, or there's no way they like a type of music that I like. But what I feel is that if you can get past those things, because we all look the same in the dark, you can enjoy that alternative space because it sings of a place that brings sort of like community, in the sense that it gives you a place to go when you're broken or a place to go when you're alone. And I think they really nail that on the lyricism, assuming that I'm right there. I just love that this feels straight up like a badass punk song. Like, I like McFly doing this style a lot, but y'all already know that. In fact, everybody knows. Is that a cowbell? Fuck yeah. I can't, I'm in my head, I'm trying to nail what that guitar riff reminds me of. I don't know if it's Jesse's Girl. Is that what that guitar riff is? I don't know. You have to let me know in the comments if you guys can pick up on that. There's also something really like endearing about hearing those like really heavy, like like those heavy guitar chords, but then having like such a cool rock sound over it, like especially like with Danny's vocals. Oh wait, was that Tom? That's a good high note. Oh yeah, let's go. I gotta like take it back a little bit. The layers of talent that this band have, it's just incredible that like it through like piece and piece and piece of even just in a song, you can just see like what this band brings to the table for music. And it's fucking cool to like nail the sound from like, you know, the heavy rock sound in terms of the instrumentation, but also be able to have these kind of vocals is incredible. But then for Danny to also like nail a solo like this, like it's just incredible that some of us are not graced with any musical abilities, and some people seem to have all of them. Oh! Come on. That riff is so bright. Just what I needed. It's not Jesse's Girl. It's just what I needed. I think that, okay. Yeah, I love them with this up, like this like upbeat, vibey kind of feel. Like it feels very bright to me. It feels very uplifting, and it's really cool when they do their vocal style over that, especially like the shouting harmonies and stuff. I'm super into that. All right, this is Do Ya. Woo! Punk rock 50s doo-wop style. Ooh. Wait, that is such a high vocal to sing in for such a long time. Hey. Woo. It's like doo-wop meets like Cali Surfer. That is why I appreciate a band with great vocalists. That was beautiful. Dude, these vocals are fucking so sick. Like, I feel like you have to look at this. If you're not a fan of this style of music, and I'm not talking about, obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably enjoy McFly, right? But I'm saying if you're not a fan of this style of music, I feel like people need to be able to listen to that and peel back the parts they don't like to really be able to appreciate like just how badass of like the vocal experience was of this. And the reason I'm saying that is like, I feel like sometimes everyone is guilty of this, myself included. We will sometimes assume something about like music or like a band or an artist or whatever, kind of like, you know, thinking about on the One for the Radio, just talk about how we're all kind of the same, right? In any other situation, if I was just presenting you these vocals, you'd be fucking blown away, right? So like, if you're not a fan of the style of music, then it would make sense that you probably wouldn't give it a chance, right? But I wish that more people would, because the vocal delivery here is top notch. Like, as much as I love the instrumental, I love the style, I love what they're doing here, I think these vocals are incredible because it showcases that rock sound of them. And I'm talking like mostly in the chorus, like in like that last part where we had these like vocal, like the instrumental dipped out a little bit. We had these like cool harmonies kind of going on. Like that right there is a really great like showcase of this fucking band and why I ride so hard for them, because like they'll be silly as fuck. They'll do a super punk song, they'll do a super pop song, but then they'll also give you this kind of moment where you get like surf punk 50s doo-wop and then hit a little acapella moment at the end with just these beautiful harmonies, just to remind everybody that y'all can do anything you want. That's fucking beautiful. Okay, Falling in Love. I love songs like this with Danny. Cool. So much build up right there. Come on. You know I love those backing harmonies. He's got just such a beautiful texture to his voice. Like, it's just something that I struggle sometimes to find the words for. It's some people just have a voice that it's got all the right pieces, the right amount of gravel, the right tone, the right delivery, the amount of chest. Like Danny's voice to me is just, it is that voice. Oh, there's my boy Tom though. Don't forget the man. I had to sneeze for that part. And I think it's just because I started to get the allergies. Like I feel like something big is coming on and maybe I'm allergic to it, but I'm not. But this is definitely like one of those big ambient moments that I feel like something like you would hear from like Coldplay. I can feel like the lights are going like crazy as fuck. Come on, you know, if you're seeing that live right there, the lights are just going absolutely nuts. You're being mesmerized by the, like, I feel like that is the moment when people want to know, like, believe it or not, there's people out there that actually don't like music where it's like us, I guess. There's actually people out there that aren't like that. Okay. I don't even know what that would be like. So that's a different lifestyle. But when you're trying to explain to people who don't like go see bands live, or they don't understand like why it's so important to people, I think that like the moment when when like McFly is playing this live and like the entire crowd is like being literally like hypnotized by this light show while their favorite band is playing this song that they love, and everybody's kind of like in that moment, we're all doing the same thing together. We're all like part of something bigger than us for just that, you know, hour and a half or whatever long the band plays. Like that moment right there is why it all matters so much to us. That's such a good line. You know, he wrote that and he was like, fuck yeah, I got it. And I can just repeat it and everyone's gonna love it. Pretty little riff at the end. I sneezed so hard that now my nose itches, so apologies for that. Literally, like, how is this not one of the most commercially successful songs from them? I mean that so seriously. Like, this has every single piece, especially this came out in 2008. So around that time, let's see, bands like The Fray were really big. Coldplay was like really popping at that time. I feel like this was a really big style at that time. I'm actually shocked that this wasn't like one of their biggest songs. It is one of the biggest songs on this album, but it is not the biggest. And well, it is, it's in the top 5. I'm just shocked. This feels like a commercial success to me. It's got every single piece that you would want from it. You've got this beautiful vocal. You've got this awesome song that builds up the whole time. I think you want to have those big buildups with those really cool payoffs in the chorus like you get here. But having that really big moment that, you know, if you're seeing this band live, it's the moment that really makes the memory for everybody. I feel like I could hear this on the radio. I feel like if Coldplay released this song, it would have been #1. Like if it was literally McFly's song with Coldplay's name, I feel like it would have been like a massive fucking success. I think that just comes down to what people have explained to me is not every band is an international band. I look at music and I think that, you know, even if a band has like 1,000 followers, I'm like, this is so fucking sick. And then you realize how big of a band you have to be to even hit like a radio. Yeah, it's a fucking lot. So, okay. Anyways, I'm just saying like we should keep promoting cool bands that are cool, even if they're not the most mainstream band every time. I'm just saying. All right, this is POV. I fucking forgot how hard this song comes in, and it's so funny because I was gonna say like I feel like there's like some body, not somebody, but there is some space body missing from the instrumental here. And don't worry, because anything I thought I was gonna say, they decided to resolve at 31 seconds or 32 seconds. Let's do it again. You know what? I just got does any of my people out there listen to From Autumn to Ashes? I'm a big fan of From Autumn to Ashes, specifically like a lot of their original like first stuff that came out. I'm not even saying that to sound like a hipster. I mean, I just like, that's when I was really listening to them. Absolutely reminds me of the vocalist of that band, and especially in this song. God damn. It's so like, it feels like a fucking orchestra. It's just such a big song. Gotta have the piano part for that emotion. Come on. Woo! Oh my God. Sorry, one more time. So good. Oh. So sick. I love how many layers there are to this song. Like, there's just so many different emotional parts we're going through. I feel like Harry is just playing us the emotions out right here. Yeah, that is literally such a fucking great song. Like, I just feel like, especially right in the beginning, like being able to have that first 30 seconds, 35 seconds of this, like, you've got this emotional buildup, but you can tell that something's missing. You can feel that like there's supposed to be something else here. And it fucking happens when you get that different point of view in terms of the point of view of the chorus. I fucking love how heavy this song is. I also love that it feels so big. I like when tracks, especially like from the alternative space, have such a dark layer of emotion on them that they feel heavy, to the point that whenever we had this like sick like bridge breakdown thing that happened, it felt very like massive. It felt like an orchestra, like we're watching a symphony put together this song, and like it's just fucking so cool to hear that kind of emotion span over a track as hard as it does in this. And this is absolutely the group to deliver that kind of shit, because we've seen it time and time again. POV is just another great example of that. And also, I'm pretty sure that we've seen live videos of this, and because I think that's where I heard it. And the fucking live videos are insane. Like, because I remember the first time I heard that big part come to life. Obviously, in the live version, you're going to get like, it doesn't feel the same as the recording version in terms of that intro section. Like, it still feels, I feel like live music, it's really hard to have that almost like filter sounding effect, right? Like the song, like the instruments feel full live. You're seeing them. But definitely in the recorded version, I think it adds to the like effect of that chorus hard as fuck when it comes in heavy like that. I love this song. This is Corrupted. God damn. No one told you to be that heavy, but I'll take it every time. Wish I'd have been in a band. Can I just say, as like a music nerd, I love when that guitar riff comes in and catches into the drums, and then the verse comes back, or like, and then the lyrics come back in. Like the way that that chain of effects happens is so pretty. Listen to this. So why'd you let me in? Sick as fuck. Oh, so good. Oh, and those hairy drum fills. I hate calling them hairy drum fills, but that's what I'm calling them. Harry's drum fills. Fuck yeah. I love that riff right there. It reminds me so much of like, what's the easiest way to describe this? Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3. Like if you listen to those soundtracks, you hear a lot of like Fat Records bands. And I feel like this kind of like guitar riff was very similar to like a lot of like melodic punk rock that you would hear on those video games. God, it's just ass whooping every time. Like it almost sounds like fucking Madball. Fuck. Let's go. Wait, the recorded version, when this happens, it has kind of like a reggae vibe. Hey! Dude, it's just easily one of the coolest fucking songs this band ever put out. Like that has so much energy to it. It has so much rage to it. And I feel like they wrote that fully with the mindset of we're playing this fucker live as hard as we can, and we're gonna have the time of our lives. And like, I totally hear that this entire track. I feel like watching the live videos of this, you really see McFly as McFly. You want to see what they wanted to do when they were kids and they dreamed of being rock stars. It's fucking when they perform shit like Corrupted. I'm just saying, it's one of the coolest songs. I love the build of it. I love the punk rock kind of feel to it. It gives me all that nostalgia from those, again, Fat Records days, which Fat Records is still around and I love it. But the bands that I like really grew up on, you know, obviously have like either broken up or passed on, or you know, they're not touring anymore. So it's just really cool. I mean, I know this is 2008, so this was a long time ago as well. Whatever. Okay, so it's a Smile.
You don't have to be skinny, baby, if you wanna be my girl.
It's so hard. Okay, here's the thing. They do this acapella thing so fucking good. We can agree it's so hard to come off of Corrupted into Smile, right? Like, can you... Well, I guess you could imagine it because I just did it. But like, can you imagine if we're like moshing in our room and now we're doing acapella? That's the only thing about like album reactions that can be hard sometimes, is that you have 12 songs and the energy is going to be different for them. And like that switch up is like getting hit in the face.
So if you ain't good looking, don't you let it get you down.
Okay. Up-tempo happy songs that have super heavily distorted guitars. That's such a cool sound to me. It's like sometimes you'll hear like Christmas covers that are like so heavy that you're like, I don't mind having to hear Christmas songs all season because this is heavy.
Smile, smile, smile.
Woo!
Smile, smile, smile. Smile, smile, it knows. Oh, 'cause if you're feeling happy, that's the place to let it show.
I don't know how I feel about this song. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I feel like it's cool or if I feel like it's kind of cheesy.
Smile, 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 smile. Come on and show us your teeth and what you got underneath.
I like the meaning behind it. I just don't know that I love the lyrics. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I love the idea of trying to be positive, trying to find the good in things, trying to smile through and like be your beautiful self and feel great and all those things. But like, I feel like they are, we've talked about this before. And of course we're going through their discography. So like where they're at now, it's really hard to judge any of that. But I know that they're better songwriters lyrically. Okay, I do like the...
Come on and show us your teeth and what you got underneath. And just remember to smile.
And that Danny Jones fucking gravel is incredible. Such cool like timing on the drums in this song too. I definitely feel like I could have... Give me the exact same song, but just change the lyrics up a little bit. I would love it. That's it. Because I fucking love how good Danny sounds in this. I love just how gritty and gravelly he is in this. I don't even know how you naturally make that sound, let alone be able to master it, that you can deliver it on a regular basis. Like, that to me is sick as fuck. All right, this is The End. It's got a cool like 60s, 70s rock sound to it. Oh.
The curtain hits the floor, and everybody knows the end.
Oh, another one of those big sounding songs.
When everybody knows the end.
Oh, that symphonic section. Oh, this is like such his lane. Like, this is just like where he was born to be. Again, because of where that rock influence is coming from in that instrumental, come on, you know he's gonna sound good on this.
Leave behind all the things I miss. The next stop isn't where you think it is.
Oh.
Everybody knows the end. Don't wanna get there, wishing that you give
I love those big chord progressions they use.
till it's over. Say, what doesn't really matter, and I won't
Oh.
die on the highest high.
I want to die on the highest high. Oh, I'm so sorry. The fuck? No, I'm not. That is like my favorite shit right there. Like that, just bringing it back in one more time for like, it's what they're doing. I feel like they're recording, like, bring it back in one more time for old time's sake. You know, let's make some good times and some great oldies.
Oh, down.
Woo!
Till it's over,
Yes.
how do we begin? When everybody knows
Beautiful fucking song. Underrated.
the end.
Wait, this song, okay, like, it's got a lot of streams, but you gotta think about, like, I'm looking at the streams in reference to some of the bigger songs on this, and like, it's a pretty low streaming song, and I'm really shocked because, again, this is one of those songs that to me, I would think would be a standout track right away. It's such a big sounding song. There's so many different pieces that are kind of intertwined through here, especially with that sort of 60s and 70s like rock bluegrass kind of feel going on in the verses, but then this big, again, atmospheric, anthemic, kind of like large fucking song that they put into the chorus. It's such a like a building block that, and I feel like a lot of these songs are kind of playing in that way where we're like utilizing the verse to really build onto those massive choruses. But I love that they brought the song back in just to let us relive it even more at the end. Again, I'm a little shocked to see that this isn't one of the more popular songs on this album. It just goes to show that I don't actually know like fucking anything. I just, for whatever reason, I listen to the music, I talk about the music, and some of y'all enjoy it, and I appreciate that. But if I were like a record executive or like a actual like radio host or something, dude, the landscape of music would look different because apparently I don't know what the masses want. All right, this is Going Through the Motions.
1, 2, 3, 4. I never thought that I'd be the one to say I've had enough.
Fuck yes.
You've opened up
You know what? I love Power to Play so much. Like that is like one of the coolest records I've heard from McFly, but honestly, it's one of the coolest records I've heard in a while just because of what they did and like the concept of it. But like now that I'm like going through their discography, Power to Play was nothing new. It was just built on more of what they were already good at because I'm hearing it here too. I mean, obviously it's heavier in Power to Play, but like I'm hearing that same kind of like inspo here. Oh, like how do you just riff so fucking solid like that all the time? And it's always like when I talk about like why they have good songwriting, like this is what I mean. Like they always have like the perfect riff in the perfect place. It's not just the lyrics, but they actually like compose these songs so well. Woo! We gotta put more respect on McFly's name. They do everything.
Going through the motions, 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 going through the.
Now I'm gonna tell you something because this is a really great example of this. I just said that I'm not good at picking things for the masses, and I would not be because obviously, like, you know, my feelings on the end. But this is a great example of I love this sound from them. I'm so glad that they do this sound, but I do wonder sometimes they're like so fucking talented that I, as a fan of this style most from them, like I love their rock and roll songs. I love their like super heavy pop punk songs. I love tracks like that. But like, I also really respect them as a band and I appreciate their longevity. And like, I'm so glad that they were able to take this type of sound. I fucking love this. You guys know that. But I'm so glad they were able to evolve this sound more and more over time to where they put out Power to Play as, and then obviously like we heard like what that sounds like on like a bigger scale while still being accessible, but like not falling all the way into just the hard rock thing. I think what I'm trying to say is like, I appreciate when they do this style, but like they're just such a good band and talented on a level that is so much higher than this, that it's almost like I appreciate it, but I almost like want to be like, dude, I love y'all. Thank you for doing this. But also like y'all are good, like so fucking good that like I just want you to do whatever style is going to keep pushing you forward. So like that is me saying like, hi, band that I think is so good. I mean, this is from 2008. They've obviously done a lot since then, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if this came out today, that's what I'd be saying is like, oh my God, I love when you do this. But like, I also realize you're doing this for such a small part of the fan base because you have other styles of songs, including the song right before this one, which showcases that heavy style, but does it in a way that's very accessible for like a large audience. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like spacey right now, but that's totally how I feel. I feel like they're just one of those bands where I love, it's like my favorite style from you isn't even the style that I think is going to make you the most famous. So like, even though you're so good at it, I can understand why bands would put their eggs into other baskets in terms of sound. But McFly is one of those bands that they have continuously shown versatility like crazy. Like it's just one of those bands where you really don't know with every song you play, you don't know what sound you're going to get because they've been able to like go through so much in their career. But as a fan, I just like to say that like I want to see my favorite bands succeed. And as we continue to go through their discography, I want to remember this conversation that we're having right now with going through the motions, because I want to see more and more if they went more into the rock stuff before Power to Play, or if they wanted to go a little bit onto the more like pop rock feel that is more accessible. I'm just talking at this point. All right, this is Down Goes Another One. Holy shit. God damn. Oh. I just found my favorite song on this record. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Listen to not only the chord progression, you're going to know that's why I love it, but listen to the guitar that is just riffing in the back. It's just this sick thing. And then you've got Tom's beautiful vocals. Come on. Oh my God. Yes. Just from like a production standpoint, and again, musical composition standpoint, such a beautiful little like post chorus right here. Down goes another one. Yeah, dude, that is put together so pretty. Love that like symphonic feel again. Dude, that lead guitar could kill me and I'd be okay with it. What was his cause of death? Did you not hear the shreddage in that McFly album? Like, listen to it. Dude. How can you just create a fucking church like that? You know I don't go to church. How are you going to create a church? Because you just put me in a place of fucking worship with that. Hold on. What? Well, there's a God now. The goddamn. Oh my God. Dude, this band is slept on so severely. After all that, I'm itchy because I'm sweating because of like the carnage in that song. Like, I feel like there's so many beautiful pieces, but I'm not even kidding. I'm going to find a way to separate that lead guitar and find out what the fuck is going on there, because it was tickling my brain in the best way. And I think that anyone who knows what I'm talking about when you find that perfect thing in a song that just feels good on your brain membrane, then you will know how I'm feeling about this, because that sounded so sick. Because I feel like in like putting together music and like what I've learned in music production, there are moments when you can really piece the song together, right? You got like these, you know, individual things that are happening, but I feel like you start to kind of connect them and bring them together. And I feel like this was really cool because the guitar was already heavy. Like the rhythm guitar was already so heavy, and like this almost like string section thing that was going on, this orchestra feeling. And then you also have this lead guitar that is playing like such a beautiful riff. It's like, I can't even fucking do it. Like I really have to go find it. I either need to learn it or I need to just separate it so I can hear it, because all of that layered on top of each other, got the vocals coming in. The emotion is so heavy when all of that comes together at once. I just feel like this band is so severely like underrated, considering like what they've done in music and how long they've been around in music and what they've accomplished in music. It's just crazy to me that this band is not bigger. Like the fact that they're not breaking 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify is crazy to me, considering, I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about music, because I think that I don't understand how some of these songs weren't commercial successes to begin with. And maybe they were in like their country. And I think that's the other thing too, is I'm definitely like basing a lot of this on a judgment of being in a country that this band is not from. So, okay, this is Only the Strong Survive.
As the morning breaks, I can see a brand new day that's alive. They tell me that only the strong survive.
Okay, that right there, like this is why I feel like they'll have longevity forever, because like this vocal delivery, I can't get enough of.
They tell me that only the strong survive.
With that harmony and everything.
See you in the afterlife. They tell me that only the
Woo!
survive. If we got it done tomorrow,
Hey!
we can beg or we can borrow. But in the end, everything's alright. Everything's alright, alright. Every corner we turn, we just run into walls. Because loving you feels like a kick in the balls.
What?
Get up, we destined to fall.
Remember that time that I've always said that they don't take themselves too seriously? This is exactly what I mean. Like, have a heartfelt moment, bring it all in and talk about balls. But like, I know, obviously, you know the context behind it, but I just love that like they, like, that's what I mean by not taking yourself too seriously. Like, be okay with doing that. Despite this instrumental being high energy, despite all of those things that I'm typically drawn to, I am actually mostly drawn to the lyrics on this song right away, because I feel like, again, this is that positive mental attitude vibe that we're getting from them. I feel like we're getting that reminder that like shit gets tough, but like it could always be your last day. And like, it's, I know that there could have been a talk here. I mean, obviously this was more like on the relationship side, but I look at it as like, it seems that like times can be really fucking tough and it's so easy to quit. Like sometimes it's so easy to just turn around and walk away because it feels better. So like in life, if you have a job that you enjoy, but it's just hard, but it's like rewarding, and you know that feeling if you like put in the miserable work that you don't want to do, when you're done, you feel so good about it, right? But like most people won't put that effort in because it's too hard to start. And so then you end up on the other side of it where you walk away from all this stuff. It's all these what could have beens, like all those times when you would have taken the decision. It's proof that only the strong survive, meaning only the people that have the courage, the bravery. It's not about your physical strength or anything like that. It's emotional strength, the ability to like make a decision that could be tough, knowing that the outcome is going to put you in a better position than where you are now. Obviously humans evolve. Everything has evolved for the same reason. The stronger thing went, and really the strong just being mentally able to take on those harder things. So I love the song for that. But also, yes, from a love standpoint, it would be so much easier to walk away from a relationship where loving you feels like you're getting kicked in the nuts. So like you definitely want to avoid that if you can. However, if it's worth the risk to you, then yeah, you take it. You take the beating. Nope. All right, this is the last song.
The time has come to say goodbye. The sun is setting in the sky. The truth turned out to be a lie. It's over, over.
They just have such a good like vocal range for it.
Today what's left a memory. Haven't got the strength to carry on.
Oh yeah.
If this is the last song I'll ever sing, then I'm giving it everything.
Oh.
I'm giving it all.
Wait, this literally plays off of what I was just saying about only the strong survive. Like, if this is gonna be the last thing, because we don't know if we have it tomorrow. So if it's gonna be the last time you ever get to do something, dive all the way into it. Like, take the risk or the discomfort at the beginning, knowing full well that it's gonna be worth it, because it's better to have tried and failed than to have walked away and then live with a life of regret and what if. Also, can I just say McFly definitely lives by that code, because I feel like every time I've ever seen anything live from them, they're giving it their all every time. So if you ever saw McFly, you probably got a chance to see their best show they could put on that day. Like, whatever the best show possible that could have been put on that day by that band, that's what they do. And I think that's really fucking cool. Nope, I don't know the words. That timing! Oh! God damn, it is so heavy when they slow that tempo. Oh yeah. Leave it up to McFly to have an emotional exit, because nothing makes more sense for this band than the theatrics. I feel like I get such a theatrical feel for them. I feel like this is one of the bands that, because of Tom, I feel like theater kids, and I myself was a theater kid. Of course I was in high school. So I feel like theater kids love this band because there's so much to the drama and theatrics in specifically songs like this. I really think that the piano ballads are a special weapon, a unique magic trick that McFly has, because with everything they're able to do as a band, you give them a little piano moment, let that piano ballad build, let that emotion get real epic and intense the way that they do. Come on, this is such their vibe, and you just feel it throughout this. Especially, again, there's so many pieces to this song, the fact that we have multiple tempo swaps. I feel like the pacing in the song is so interesting, and I love when the pacing would slow down and you'd have this big, epic, again, theatrical fucking moment from them. It makes the song feel big. Actually, this record as a whole feels very large, especially the songs that are good on this album are really fucking good. When you have a song that you listen to that you're fucking drawn to right away. For example, POV. For example, The End. For example, Corrupted. You have these songs that, at least in my opinion, they pull you in and they let you experience the song in such a big way. They feel like they have a dark emotional tone in certain ones. I feel like they give you the Lies, for example. They give you this sort of dark vibe about it. The energy is there, so you feel that emotion already, and then you have these guitars that are delivering that distortion through these big choruses, and then you have fucking McFly vocals coming in, and just I feel like that mix for this band is what works so fucking good. So this record, to me, I love just how many songs really did that. There are a couple songs on here. Well, really, it was just Smile. I feel like the lyrics to Smile, I feel like they could have been a little bit stronger, but I do love the sentiment of the song and I love the composition of the song. So I just wish the lyrics were a little bit different, but otherwise I love the intensity and the energy throughout this entire thing. Something that I've come to love so much about McFly is that ability to do whatever the fuck they want, regardless of what the opinion might be. Maybe even to a fault sometimes. I don't know. I haven't gone through all of their discography, but I feel like being able to do that, it's it's a hard game to play because like you don't know what's going to be popular and what's not. But like if you're doing what you do and what you love to do, then like the fans that are going to be there are going to be there. And you can see why McFly has built such an amazing fan base and such a like supportive fan base. It's because they didn't have to just reach and do the mainstream stuff, even though like as a fan of them as people, I want them to do that. I want them to have this crazy reach. I want to hear about them on every award show. Like, but I also understand that like, you don't have to have all that to have a very successful career. And what this band has done in terms of accolades and songwriting credits and all those things for some of the biggest artists in history, I think to me just proves that you can be both. You can be a band that does whatever you want and also be successful at the same time. And they show that time and time again. So for me, being somebody who grew up around like punk rock and grew up in the alternative music spaces and things like that, I saw all of my favorite bands die out. I saw all of my favorite bands stop touring, stop putting out records, go away. Because the end of the day, just like I was saying with going through the motions, I think, going through the motions, when they do that like rock style, like they do so well, that super hard rock based almost on this like 50s and 60s kind of like inspiration that's coming to it. When they do that, I love it. But I also know that like they couldn't have only done that for their entire career because it wouldn't have put them to where they're at today. And I actually feel like they could even dive further into the pop stuff. I'm a huge fan of Power to Play. You guys know that. But like, is that the smartest record for McFly to put out in 2023? I don't know. Is it one of my favorite records they've ever put out and one of the coolest records I've heard in a long time? Fuck yeah. I was so excited for that record to come out. So it just goes to show that like, it's not always about the masses. And although I talk about a lot of really big artists on my channel, I also think it's important to mention that like, you do not have to have like a sold out tour, although I think McFly would have no problem with that. But the thing is like some of the accolades that we rank musicians and where their success is, I don't think necessarily applies to every type of artist or every type of genre. I don't expect, although an artist like Blink-182, that's one thing, but like, I don't expect to see like certain bands having like 75 million like listeners on Spotify. Like it's crazy to think that there are like probably rock bands and alt rock artists that have that many listeners on Spotify. I actually don't know. I don't know what the normal is, but I do think it's crazy that McFly doesn't have more than 1 million because they're so fucking talented at what they do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to be continuing my discography dive because I'm going to keep not only talking about McFly's music and discovering McFly's music, but also just promoting the shit out of them because this band's cool. They've always been cool to me. And I also just love the fact that they put out banger after banger after banger, and you cannot help but fall in love with this band because they are radioactively contagious to us. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys check out Patreon for the full uncut album listening party. You guys check that out at the link in the description. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.